What kind of mayor calls a kid a fat ass? Come on, y'all.
This is why we're here tonight. For real. This is why we all came together. Bro, I need you to realize what we going on. You gotta testify and let me swear my wits out.
A long way to go to make it, praying for a miracle. I've been grinding for all of my life just to find me again.
Gotta testify and let me swear my wits out.
A long way to go to make it, praying for a miracle. I've been grinding for all of my life just to find me again.
Gotta testify and let me swear my wits out.
Cheated against those that test my faith, dumb. Feeling numb and I pick up a drug. And speaking of drugs, let me fill up your glasses. Watching the world spin, how long it lasts us. Life ain't sex and it ain't weed. It ain't about to check this guy's plan, it ain't me. And I'ma follow with a radiating light speed. Or the way that God's gates are full honesty. Modesty, got me living life like a musical odyssey. Prodigy, possibly, he playing on the odds of me. I almost got shot in them robberies. 9 months later than BZ did. You even took away one of JG's kids. Shed a little light that you got to give. Cause I'm wondering how you let me live.
A long way to go to make it, praying for a miracle. I've been grinding for all of my life just to find me again.
Gotta testify and let me swear my wits out.
A long way to go to make it, praying for a miracle. I've been grinding for all of my life just to find me again.
Gotta testify and let me swear my wits out.
Cinnamon saints looking up in the face some. Weaking the guns and I'm speaking in tongues. And speaking in tongues, let me take out my glasses. Sipping on the bottom and the planet molasses. Rocking the world and I could offer the axes. Practice of madness, judgment, imagine. If you had a hand for help, but them cards you dealt. Set a man up and do it yourself. I took time with a rhyme and a dime itself. The design is felt like a Mona Lisa. Recently, decency was easily confused for weakness. He preaches to telekinesis. Knees is weak when I speak up. Then astral projected right through your speakers. He is the man amongst men, but still I got
a long way to go to make it, praying for a miracle. I've been grinding for all of my life just to find me again.
Gotta testify and let me swear my wits out.
A long way to go to make it, praying for a miracle. I've been grinding for all of my life just to find me again.
Gotta testify and let me swear my wits out.
No Outlet Live with your favorite hosts on the North Coast, Jeremy Tomesek and Jarrod Stover. The road to boredom ends here.
No outlet, but I need to charge my phone.
No Outlet Live.
What's up? We're back. It is your boy, Jeremy Tomesek, back in the building, baby. Happy Labor Day to you all. And my boy, Jarrod Stover. Yeah.
I gave myself the clap, but not you.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, welcome to No Outlet Live. I was waiting for that. I missed it. Again.
Oh, man.
Like third week in a row. I'm sorry, man.
Welcome back to No Outlet Live, the best live podcast broadcasted on the internet. You can call us at 216-647-0064. I actually have something prepared that I just want to jump right into. Are you ready for this?
Let's go. Let's see it.
All right.
What you got for us?
Hold on. So, I have questions.
All right.
Okay. I have
Will
this.
I have answers? I don't know.
This is in my work area at my job.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this chick right here.
That's in your work area at work?
Yeah, and this girl, she ain't got no arms.
Oh,
And-
it's a picture of her. I thought you worked with her. I was like, what does she do?
no, she ain't got no arms. I don't know where she from.
Oh, my bad.
But this girl right here, she's a lingerie model.
Okay.
Okay. Very cute girl, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I don't think I thought maybe her arms were behind her back. I didn't even realize it. Like, it's a
Yeah,
pretty
she-
good angle, I guess.
She ain't got no arms.
All right. Took me a minute to...
It does look like they could be like postured behind her back, but she's a double amputee.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are the questions?
How did she get the lingerie on, or how does she handle, like, how do you think she handles everyday things?
I don't know. Probably uses her mouth a lot. I would
But
feel like...
how do you wipe?
I guess how would you eat, too?
How
Like,
do
get
you?
a fork?
Well, they do it with their feet. I've seen videos of people.
Well, even that. Yeah, I don't know. How would you wipe? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Like, take your foot behind your back, like do one of those numbers.
you can't
like,
do that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's possible.
I don't know. I'm sure like they have a bidet or something. You know what I'm saying? Just rinse. You don't wipe no more. You just rinse.
Or like dressing yourself. How do you? I guess you could.
Dude, the
probably,
struggle would be real. Like
it would be really real.
with like only one of my arms for the longest time. That shit was hard. I couldn't imagine doing it with neither rather.
Is she hot enough to where you have to handle all that stuff for her?
I don't know.
Would you be comfortable with like going out with your armless girlfriend? She's at like the fancy restaurant eating with her feet.
Me, because I don't care. I would be. I think I'd be
think
good
I
with
would.
that.
I think I would.
Like
I
you
think
can have no arms. Just have a,
This chick's hotter than most regular models, I would say. I mean, she has that different look. She's hot.
No lie. She's cute chick, but
Yeah.
without arms though.
Does that
Like you're giving up hand jobs. Like keep that in mind.
foot jobs are there?
Okay.
And they're probably better.
Foot jobs never really did it for me though, so
Maybe hers are really good.
they have to be. She's compensating.
No, the top game is crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like a T-Rex getting it.
When you put it like that, I don't know.
You grab her by the shoulders and really
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what would be the proper etiquette?
what's appropriate.
Yeah, I have no clue.
If she lays on your lap, it's already looks like it's going down. You know how like
Yeah.
you'd be watching a movie, your girl lays on your lap.
Apparently, but why are we on no armed women? What is her story?
Well, I have this. This is one of the few pictures. So when I started my job, every work area in this shop has bikini babes all over the place. I mean, that's what's going on in my job.
Okay.
All of the work areas were just loaded with bikini babes.
I feel like I haven't seen things like that since I was a kid, like on their toolboxes and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like you see that in body shops when I was younger, but I feel like that's not
it's
a thing now.
It's
It's alive and well somewhere, right?
dude, it's so alive. It's going on where I work, right?
Okay.
So I when I started there, I was like, how can I up the ante on this? How can I take this to a whole new level?
Okay. And you did. I assume. We're
So yeah, that's one of the few pictures that I have up on my toolboxes is I got that chick. I got
Oh, that was you that posted that. I thought that was just some creep at work. That was you? You're the
Yeah,
creep?
that's
Fuck,
me.
dude.
Lakewood's finest.
We see you. You're out here, dude.
So I got that one up. I got the Victoria's Secret model, the Down syndrome one. She's
Okay.
hanging up.
Awesome.
Yeah, yep. And have you seen her?
I have not.
You haven't seen the Down syndrome model from
Dude,
Victoria's
I don't think
Secret?
I've seen a Victoria's Secret since I was 14, you know, when it came in the mail, and that was the only form of porn we had. Like, I don't think I've seen a Victoria's Secret since then, dude.
And this is an old joke. Many comedians have used this, but it's true. Back in the day, before, like, I was becoming, like, a teen and when the transition happened.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, people would have magazines in the bathroom with, like, home living and stuff, and it would be baddies in there.
I know.
That's
There used
like-
to be material for you everywhere. Like,
everywhere. There
not
was
anymore.
always
Now you just
something.
get it on your phone. They don't even need to do that shit.
And it's the nastiest stuff.
Oh, yeah. We've become, like, really nasty as a society, I feel like.
Yeah, dude. I mean, everything that glitters ain't silver screen. Remember that one?
What was it?
Everything that glitters ain't silver screen.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I put up that one. There was a chick that was on the challenge that had one leg, but she had the other. You know when they make the amputee prosthetic leg.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's got
Like
the foot
thing you
that's
step
built,
into, yeah.
but it's got the fucking foot built for speed.
Oh, yeah, like the bendy, like like the springboard
Yeah,
leg.
dude. the
Dude, I would
springboard.
have those. If I lost my legs, I would replace those. Like, those have to be awesome.
I feel the same exact way. I mean, this chick was built for speed.
Yeah,
literally.
dude. You probably do some pretty sweet flips, like get you a little bounce in your step.
Yeah, so that's my work area, and I got all this stuff up. And my boy came over, and he said one of the greatest jokes when he looked at that picture. He was talking about what we were just pretty much talking about was the foot jobs. He said she got feet like an orangutan.
I mean, like, she probably got practice, no lie. Like, is it your thing or not, though, is the question.
Yeah, I mean, would you feel guilty as, like, if you were the amputee with, like, a hot chick?
What do you mean? Like,
Like, you gotta compensate in other places, and you're trying harder with this hot chick that you're going out with, but you're missing both arms.
oh, yeah. Like, yeah, I might feel bad in that situation about asking people for things. I feel like if I lost both of my arms now, I'd probably be screwed. I feel like if you're born maybe without both of your arms, you're so used to not having them by then, you've
Yeah,
built
it
the
becomes
skill set.
normal.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything's
Like,
kind of just
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. I mean, if you're, like, injured like that, of course you're going to feel like a burden on people around you, like if you have to ask for help.
I swear to you, apartments are crazy. I mean, if I get flagged on YouTube because of this motherfucker playing random YouTube videos downstairs, damn apartments.
He's having fun, though, man.
Yeah, I might have to go down there after the show.
Right? Like, you...
It sounds lit down there. No, but yeah, I think about that stuff a lot. Like if I don't want to say unfortunate because it's not like, I don't know, being an amputee is better in a lot of cases, but it would be crazy to be in that girl's predicament. I mean, trying to compensate in places where you lack, like HJs.
For sure. Well, have you ever seen that wrestler with no legs?
Dude, yeah, and there's a UFC fighter that ain't got
Yeah.
no legs too.
So some people could come back from that shit and, just do it big.
Yeah.
I mean, she's obviously out here getting it. Her arms, not having arms didn't hold her back. She's
Yeah.
like,
She's
modeling and stuff. She's
Yeah,
like,
dude.
hell yeah.
Yeah, but she's a smoke show. I think like we were saying earlier, I think I would be just cool, like whatever. Yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah,
with
right.
No arms.
Right. They'd be like, where's her arms? I'd be like, have you seen her face? Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that is wild, man. Yeah, but it brings up good conversations at work.
I bet,
my little wall and toolbox photo thing is my mural is inclusive, so it's up to the times, and and it's got very beautiful girls like the Victoria's Secret Down syndrome girl.
Oh, we gotta see her next.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, I want to know if you'd go Downs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude. Hold on. That's the upper part of this photo. That's a better photo.
Yeah.
Hold on. The original one, it shows like full body, and this chick is stacked.
For sure.
From
looking at the face, though.
This is her.
I don't know. It might be. She kind of looks like she could be. And if she's not, I'm sorry for making fun of that model or whatever. But like, I don't know.
She's got to be if she's in the Yahoo search.
Right. Yahoo never lies.
Never, ever.
But like all these pictures are of her. Like, cause that chick doesn't look like she has. Like, I mean, I guess now that you say it, I noticed maybe a little something or other. But like, why would that matter?
Okay, so this is her right here. She doesn't look bad here.
Okay.
She doesn't look bad here at all. This is the Victoria's Secret Down syndrome girl.
Okay. Yeah, and what's wrong with that?
I'm asking you. I mean,
I don't see a problem.
You don't see a problem?
No.
You would date a Down syndrome girl?
Yeah. And now that I'm probably more retarded than she is, like, I feel like, I'm out of her. She's out of my league. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shit. Don't do yourself like that, bro. No, but she's like, it's just I've met and I've seen a lot of stuff with Down syndrome people. I've met some. I've seen TV shows with them. They got the new dating show, Down for Love or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen it. Well, no, I haven't seen it because I don't watch TV, but I've seen clips.
I haven't seen it, but I don't even think I've seen clips. I've been hearing about it in the news, and some podcasts bring it up. But,
maybe that's where I've seen. I have no clue where I see anything. So,
but one thing I've always heard about, like the Downs community, they are horny.
Oh yeah,
they're the horniest, dude.
I didn't see you going there with it, but yeah, I guess like,
dude, they can't stop.
But is there like a moral line to be crossed in that? Like,
I mean, it's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Is there a moral thing there? Is it immoral to date me or you dating a Down syndrome hot?
Well,
Down
I don't know,
girl?
how Down syndrome though. If you feel like you're taking advantage of somebody always, and I feel like if you're like your mentality is like. They could be very naive in things. You can manipulate those people like very easily because that's just the way like their brain works.
But does that equate out to like legal issues?
I don't know, but even if it didn't, it's still moral issues, I guess, right?
Yeah. I mean, is it taking advantage?
Is it not illegal? I guess maybe I'm gonna go try to do that.
Is it taking advantage if you're dating like a Down syndrome person?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You never know because like they are like easily like they can be manipulated very easily by somebody who has like full like mental capacity in that. You know what I'm saying?
You got to think of maybe not. I mean, there is like Down syndrome professional actors and stuff. But they always like do they always get
true, but they
typecasted.
Yeah, for sure. But they say there's like a spectrum though too. So what are you talking about? Mild or like extreme? Or are you talking about extreme cases also? I don't know. Like that's a hard question to answer.
How mentally functional
they
are.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she's a Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah, I was gonna say if she's smart enough to get herself in Victoria's Secret, I think that she might not be that far.
Did she get herself there though? That's a legit question.
I don't know, or was she groomed? Like someone was like, "Come on, like let's go make money."
Oh man.
A young woman making history as the first model with Down syndrome to star in a Victoria's Secret campaign. Our Stephanie Ramos with more on this trailblazer and the 24-year-old's new dreams.
Rompiendo barreras, breaking barriers. This is what 24-year-old Sofia Hirao has done as a Puerto Rican and the first model with Down syndrome to be featured in a Victoria's Secret campaign.
Does she ever talk
What was
during
your
this?
first reaction
cool.
when Victoria's Secret called you and said, we
She
want
don't
you
look Down syndrome
to
right
model
there.
for us? ¿Cuál fue tu primera reacción cuando Victoria's Secret te llamó?
Ooh, and she's a Latina. Yeah, she seems like super functional, right?
Right, and maybe because we don't understand what she's saying. What if she was just saying like bullshit they didn't understand? They're like, "Thank you, back to you." Like, you know what I'm saying?
Talking like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, like, but we're like, no, it sounds completely normal because I don't know like a lot of Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe she's talking Mexican like an American would, and they're like, "That's not right."
Sophia started taking modeling classes, and her hard work paid off when she made her debut at 2020's New York Fashion Week.
You had no fear.
She's got big
rolling up
titties,
to New
dude.
York Fashion Week.
For sure. I did notice. I mean, I don't
I mean, look at her. She's
Opportunity
getting on
came
the red
through
carpet
the
and
social
stuff.
organization
Right.
Invende, meaning
She
to
definitely is, dude.
undertake.
Good for her,
It
man.
helps develop
But
and
do you
foster
think they're
entrepreneurs.
only putting these people up on Victoria's Secret just because it is like
it didn't happen until it was socially the thing to do.
Yeah, until it was like woke, you know, like
Yep.
what they call woke, I guess. I don't actually know what it is, but I'm saying like until everybody just went so far left that they were like, yeah, we need to hold these people up, and like the company started coming out. We love all of this,
to
you
be
know.
clear, I'm not against anybody like with certain woke ideology.
Yeah.
I could stand behind some of it, but then there's a big chunk of it that I don't agree with.
Yeah,
I
for
don't
sure.
have a problem with you if like you believe in your woke stuff and you're like super left leaning or whatever. I could be friends with you. I don't
yeah.
believe in half of
The
what you're
thing
talking
is,
about,
though-
but there are solid woke points that I could stand behind.
But if you're not listening to my point and you're just screaming in my face,
Yeah.
it no longer becomes an issue to me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not you know what I'm saying about this
Yeah.
anymore. It is whatever.
If you can't have a real discussion.
Yeah,
about it.
if you're not actually debating something and there is something where I see your point of view as well as you seeing my point of view, then there's no reason to disrespect each other any longer. You know what I'm saying?
Well, as I get older, I realize that like trying to talk somebody down and like speaking over them to like down talk them.
Yeah.
It's a huge sign of weakness in what you believe and know.
True. Yeah, I feel like that too. Where you're just not willing to hear anything else except for your own bullshit.
Yeah. But yeah, like for Sophia Jarrod, how'd they say that? Jarrod?
I don't even know.
Jarrod? Sophia Jarrod?
Sophia Jarrod. I doubt that's right. You gotta say it like.
I think that's how it is.
You gotta say it with an accent or something.
Jarrod.
That sounded way better, but I don't think that was right either.
Sophia Jarrod.
There you go. That sounded, like soap opera. I like it,
Sophia Jarrod. That's why this was such a big thing like a year ago or whatnot, is because it was the first time that it happened.
Yeah.
So they were riding the woke train.
Yeah.
And that's
but they're
not a
more
cool
like,
thing. That's not cool.
I don't think so either. They're more pandering. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're
Like
pandering,
instead of like
exactly.
saying like this is at what actual beauty is, they're like pandering to a group of people.
Well,
Like
waving their change cup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And taking all their money for more bras and underwear and stuff.
but also like good for her. She was born with like, I don't know, would you call that something that people are like thankful they weren't born with?
I don't know.
And I have like this weird
But she made a come up from it, so like she could be proud of that, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Whether like it was just a company pandering or whatever, like she still made money off that. I can't be mad at that,
Down syndrome is a crazy thing, ain't it? Because like they I don't know how acceptable it is to say this.
But I think you should just say it then, because I feel like you set this up. Let's go, man.
So they all look alike. They're like their own version of people.
Well, you can always tell, like, because they have like the same, like, I think you can see it more in the eyes. I feel like they always have the same eyes, and it's always different faces. You think the whole
head.
face?
The
I don't
whole
know.
head.
Okay.
The entire head. The only thing that changes is the ears, the eye color,
Right.
Maybe hair color too.
Okay.
But they all look as if they were like related or something.
Well, yeah, related, but not like the same people. You literally
Yeah.
just said like they all look like the same people. Like,
Well, dude, you can't deny that all races, right, have things that are very noticeable on every race. The Jews historically have been made fun of for their big schnoz.
Yeah.
Right? And everybody has that thing. Gingers. You're a fucking ginger.
Don't
you
hurt my
guys all-
feelings. No, I'm just kidding.
But you guys are like a version of people. And that transcends race.
Yeah, every race of people, you could tell where they've come from. I do agree with that. Like, there are features that we don't share between, different races that you can like bring out as a stereotype.
You guys
or whatever.
require
But
more anesthesia.
that's what they say. I don't know.
20% more. It's 20% harder to put you under.
I like a little bit of pain. It's all right.
And for the Asian culture, for them, it's like 40% easier to put them under.
Right, because they're smaller.
No, I think it's just something to do with their DNA.
It's like putting children down. It's going to take a little less.
Now, don't come at me on stereotypes and you're like, all Chinese people are tiny. Not all of them. Yao Ming.
Have you ever tried to buy a shirt in Chinese sizes?
No, I would like to.
Like, you got to buy them 3 sizes up. You got to buy like a 4XL for it to fit you. I didn't make that up. Like,
well, if you don't live there and you show up there, they're like, "Oh, you fat." Like,
yeah, right. Just walk in like I'm a giant 150-pound giants walking around. They're like, "Where'd this guy come from?"
You need to be more rural.
Right.
More riddle.
So brutal.
Yeah, so I think like these people are like their own like I think it's more closer to being ginger because
Can you call them these people? Like
yeah. I think I don't know. Is it politically wrong? That is an old joke. Is it wrong to say these people?
I don't know.
I think it depends on what you're talking about. Like for Down syndrome people, you're allowed to say that.
So it's different between like different things.
You can't say it about
there's
certain
so many
cultures.
There's so many rules. I can't even get it straight. I just go with it.
I know. Sometimes you just gotta say it.
Yeah.
You gotta unload.
Let it go. And I do. And I get in trouble a lot.
Me too. That's one thing we've always had in common.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think they're their own like version of people. It transcends race though. Like you could be ginger and black. You could be ginger and Mexican. You could be ginger anywhere in the world.
Are there Mexican gingers?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there has to be.
Look it up. I've never seen a Mexican ginger. I think that's a lie.
We'll say Hispanic. It's of all races. Look, that's a Hispanic ginger.
That's a dye job, dude.
No, it's not.
We know our people.
18 alluring Mexican redheads. Yes, they exist and look beautiful.
They do. It looks really good. All redheads look awesome.
That's according to
awesome.
hairstylecamp.com.
I didn't know. I learned something new today.
Look, this dude's Hispanic. Look at him.
Man, that's an AI photo. That ain't even a real dude. Get that shit out of here.
Is that AI?
That is not a real dude.
Dude. That does look like AI.
It might be a real dude, but I don't think so. I think that's AI, dude. It's so easy to fake it. Look how real that shit looks now. Think about in 10 years. Like, the president's going to come out and be like, the fucking world's going to end tomorrow and cause major panic. It's just going to be some hackers. Like,
yeah, could you imagine? Oh, we were covering the Trump and Biden AI debate, right?
A little bit, right?
I think we did when I rebooted the show and came back to it.
Is that still up and going? Have they been? I haven't checked on that shit since you talked about it.
I haven't neither. I might have to look into that.
Because didn't you say something about it goes by donations or whatever, and then once the donations stop, I wonder if people are still throwing down on that just to watch dudes say stupid shit.
Dude, that was the funniest thing. I watched that for weeks.
Yeah, it's nuts how real, like, it makes it look like they're kind of saying, you could understand it looks fake because I think they do that on purpose, but I think they can make that shit look real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
like,
there were some parts where they were taking the looping video and chopping it with a
yeah,
different
and
looping
they were
video.
making it very clear chops though, and I think without those chops, I don't think you'd be able to know really.
I think you could AI generate their body to do that movement and stuff, and then put the head how they did in that.
Yeah,
because the mouth was always following exactly what they said and looked legitimately real.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, it's getting so to the point that we're not gonna be able to know the difference, and we're gonna end up destroying ourselves, like panicking over some like something that made us fear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
dude.
aliens are coming and shit. They could totally stage that just by video and shit.
Sometimes I wonder how much AI is really involved and has been involved forever.
Oh, it has
I
been.
feel like it's been around since credit cards now.
It probably has, like from the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding,
Dude.
not from that time, but I don't know when we began.
Dude,
anyway,
in
so.
science, they talk about that. They say that all of this could be a previous AI that's redoing itself.
Right.
I mean, and who's to say? Like, I don't know. Like, when sleeping is weird.
Why is sleeping weird? What do we not like about sleeping? I like to do it.
Well, everybody loves sleeping, but like the dreaming aspect of it and all of that, like you can, they say that you could dream every single face that you've ever seen since you were a baby. And the faces come up in dreams and stuff, but also dreams like, I don't know, like astral projection and things like that. It's weird. It's super weird.
Right.
Like that sleeping is the best form of transcending conscious because like your consciousness is doing this weird thing that really nobody can truly explain. It's not like a super like I don't think there's a lot extremely understood about consciousness and stuff.
Probably not. But I mean, like I don't understand. Because we think all day long and we're conscious. Do you think that just turns off when you go to sleep? That's why I think we dream, because our brains are still functioning.
But if you...
that we don't just shut down.
People sleepwalk so they can actually do things in our places. People have these like phantom dreams where aliens abduct them and stuff, but really they're having like sleep paralysis.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's just... I don't know. There's just weird things about dreaming to me. You can take full college courses on dreaming.
Right. And I know nothing about dreaming. I barely ever dream. Like I have a dream maybe once every maybe 10 months.
Dude, I was like that up until very recently.
I just fall asleep and black out and that's it. And then I wake up when it's time to wake up.
Dude, I had that for the longest time, and lately I've been having like just very vivid dreams nonstop.
And what do you think changed?
I'm not exactly sure. I stopped doing I was drinking a lot for a long time, and like I was getting to the point
that probably
where,
helps. Like
yeah. So when I cut back on a lot of it, like I don't drink as much as I have been for years right now. I just been slowing down a little bit.
Nice, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's hard to slow down.
I mean, it really is. I've been on the train for a while, bro.
Yeah.
We used to really get down,
and
I
usually
never
when it
stopped.
comes to that cliff, you're flying off of it with the train. Like I know it. Like
the whole core thing helped. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, maybe I am like I'm making terrible decisions. So I feel like that really attributed to me like being like, yo, let me try to start getting myself in check now before it is something like medical or whatever. Or
you're on your 10th OVI and like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Doing jail time and shit.
Yeah,
like it's better just to nip it in the bud right
Shout
now.
out to big old Daddy O. Hope you're watching.
I don't know if he's watching.
I don't know if he is either. Big Papa's in jail.
Maybe he got some computer time. Like,
and you know that's another thing that made me want to start slowing down is because as I've been getting older, I've been seeing more of my parents' traits, which is like an odd thing for me in general because my parents were never really in the picture when I was growing up. Like I didn't even know my parents until I was like 7. So like I never was super close with them, and I still have a lot of things from both of them that I've noticed. Like I have these little quirks from my mom. I do a lot of shit that my dad.
And ain't it always their worst qualities that you see in yourself? Like what the fuck, dude? Parents suck.
Yeah, like I got the weird mom quirks, weird dad fucking personality traits and shit. And it's
like everything I hate about you, I'm doing now. I fucking
dude,
hate you worse.
It's been like that for so long. So now, like I'm like, let me try to mellow down on how I was drinking because I was going hard for a long time.
Hell yeah, it's easy though. Like so, at least you came back.
It's like the only drug that you could just go up to the store and get. You know what I mean? And I don't do
legally.
drugs anymore. So when I stopped doing like drugs, that that's my outlet. I want something to get me inebriated some way.
But why do people feel the need to get inebriated or to get high and get all that? Like, you know what I'm saying? What is the theory behind that? Because if you just don't do that shit, like, you could probably change your entire life, save you some money, stack it up, buy a house and shit. Like,
I don't want to sound like a fucking, like an idiot millennial, but I believe all of my stuff started at a super young age. So I was like, I had tried my first cigarette when I was like 10.
Yeah.
And like, I've always been in that thing, sneaking fucking alcohol and fucking smoking weed when I wasn't supposed to, and doing.
Yeah.
I was doing hardcore
just
drugs. At a
anything
young
they
age.
told you couldn't do, you were going to do that
The
shit.
second
I
I heard about
way.
it, I was like, I want it.
Yeah, they were like, "This is real bad. You don't want no part of this shit." Like,
I was Dewey Cox
yeah,
growing up.
Exactly. I think I do want some of that cocaine. Like,
yeah, so I was doing like hard drugs at a young age, and I think it did fuck with my brain chemistry a little bit. So as I got older, this is the part I said I didn't want to sound like a millennial about, is that I do believe I've always had like an ADD thing or an OCD thing, and
yeah,
I've had a lot of these qualities. And if I'm not for real, if I'm not at least a little buzz, I won't go to sleep, and I will think about the worst stuff in the world, like things that keep me awake. I hate admitting this, but I've had full nights where I just would not go to sleep, overthinking that when the sun explodes, because that can happen at any point in time.
I mean, right now.
Right now, it could just
get
happen.
bright outside. You're like, it's daytime. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, like, what is the sun doing at 12 p.m. or 12 a.m.?
Yeah, and that's your last thought.
Yeah, looking at my watch, and then everything is evaporated. And that has kept me up full nights. I mean, more than one night.
Pondering it, you're like, wait, there's a solar flare on August 13th.
Dude, that stuff messes with me, for real. The thought of death, like, you know, I got a lot of like hardcore Christian and Catholic and Mormon friends. I got people, Jehovah's Witnesses, that had left the Jehovah's Witness world because they felt some type of way about religion. But I've had religious friends, and the subject of death for me is so terrifying. And
damn, all right.
The religious people, they're always like, you ain't supposed to be scared because you go to heaven. You know what I mean?
No matter where you went, why would it matter? Because I feel like even if you just died and it was nothing, it would still be, you know, just nothing anyway.
That keeps me up at night.
Damn.
The thought of nothing.
Right on. So maybe that's your hell. That's where you're going, to nothing.
Dude, it is terrifying to think that.
I hear it.
Like, it would be, nobody's been dead and then came back and said it, like, truly dead.
They say. I mean, they're like, I died for 7 minutes on the table. They brought me back. But I don't know if you have time to experience death truly in 7 minutes.
Exactly. Like your brain's still functioning, I think, at that point. But really being dead.
You haven't even went through the training yet. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what it actually is.
You didn't even get your certification.
Yeah.
I'm a certified death technician.
Yes.
But no, that just like it trips me out. It really does. A lot of that stuff. How did we even get on this?
I don't know. We just went on a tangent. Like, it's whatever.
All right. So, yeah, I don't know. Happy Labor Day to everyone. It is September 2nd, 2023. Yeah, I mean, just thinking about going back to that same subject, we might as well keep it going.
Yeah, because now your brain's working. This is how you are at like 2 a.m. Like, I just can't go to sleep, dude. We're starting. Go, dude.
It is.
Roll with it.
I don't know, because like at one point when I was younger, I had a situation. This wasn't even like, I can't say younger. I was old enough to know better. But I had a friend that his wife had a bottle of drugs, like in a Powerade bottle under a sink, and he was like, "Bro, I took a little taste of this stuff." And I smoked a blunt, and I was feeling cool. He was like, "You want to try this shit?" And I was,
chugged that shit.
Bro, I took a fat swig of it, a big swig. And I went to the ICU for a week.
Yeah.
They said I was like 10 minutes from death. So I didn't actually get I was down for 7 minutes.
Right.
But I was 10 minutes away. And the sleep was fantastic.
Oh yeah, I bet you death is the sleep is fantastic for the rest of your life.
Maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's just like super good sleep, but you're doing it like that time. But like, you know, I don't know. I've I've seen some people go through the trial of that little era of death, and it doesn't look great.
Right.
I don't know if I've ever seen it like normally though, where somebody was just like fine and just like casually dies. How even often does that happen?
Dude, I felt like I was casually dying. You know what I'm saying? Like
Is
when
that what that felt like?
Sort of, but it didn't feel like because I was half retarded. But now that I'm thinking back at it, I'm like, oh, dude, like I was way closer to death than I ever thought. And the whole time I was just cool. I was like, yeah, whatever. Like,
yeah, dude.
you're either gonna die or not. Just at complete peace. You know what I'm saying? There was no pain, no like, oh shit, this is bad. I was just kind of like relaxed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's wild, man. I mean, it as close as I got to it, it felt, but I was also on a drug that's a super downer. I mean, it was like, they said what I had ingested was the equivalent of 10 syringes of medical grade morphine.
Yeah, so you definitely should have not been here, man. You should feel lucky about that.
I am kind of lucky about that. I mean, I got somebody watching over me. It seems like sometimes I get out of crazy stuff my whole life. Like I got a guardian angel.
Yeah. Or you just are that dude who can do it. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Happens in little spurts when I really need it.
Yeah, it don't fucking work when it comes to playing the lottery though, or shit like that. Nothing useful. Just to almost not die. Like you got that one, like for sure.
My luck's like, oh, you're about to lose it all? Here's a little bit. But it never lets me win the fucking the pick 3, the pick 4,
exactly.
Not the Mega Millions.
Yeah, you're not making it come up. You're still gonna live broke. Just barely
Forever.
there. Just barely alive. You know, they just wanted to give you a taste of death real quick. Like show you how close you were.
I was talking to my attorney about getting my driving privileges back, and he the one day we were talking about it, he was like, dude, I don't know what's going on. Like, man, you got the worst judge that you could have got. Everything seems to be holding you back from getting them, because I should have had driving privileges about 2-3 weeks ago.
Right.
And I just got them this week. So
Fuck yeah. But you're back on the road now, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm on the road again.
Sometimes it takes a little bit more work to get there, but you got there, man.
But he was like, I don't know why everything just seems to be happening wrong for you. And I was like, I got the luck of the Irish, dude. Like,
for sure. I feel like that sometimes, too.
Like, we have the worst luck, dude.
Yeah. If we didn't have bad luck, we'd have no luck at all. Is that what they say?
That is what they say,
That's
dude.
what they say about my people.
I've always kind of debated on, like, I don't know. I'm not a tattoo guy, but I always wanted to get, like, dude, full-on Irish people get really sweet tattoos.
Yeah, you're going to get one of those, like, fighting Irish dudes, like,
yeah,
fucking
dude.
real cool, dude.
the fucking Mick tattoo.
Sick. You'll have to buy a motorcycle after that.
Yeah, dude. They call me Sick Mick.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I can tell you've been thinking about it, like, it's been keeping you up at night because you got your own name and everything, dude.
So, a little bit earlier, before the show, we were talking about suits. This is another thing that I think about. It would keep me up, but this isn't like it's not like an end of the world thing, like the sun exploding or whatever.
Right.
But I have been thinking for years I want to go get legit suits, but I want the one like the old timey 1908 Irish gangster.
Yeah, if it doesn't come with a Tommy gun, we don't want that shit.
Yeah, dude, I want like the vest under my suit with the tie tucked in like under the vest with the little chain that goes from the little pocket chain.
And dude,
thing.
that's how I want to get suited up too. Like I got a wedding coming up, but I've never been even fitted for a suit. I don't even know who to go to talk to about that. You know what I'm saying?
There's
like,
actually
I've never worn a suit in my life.
You've never worn a suit?
Never, not once. This would be
not
my
even,
first
like,
time.
Dressed up like nice with a tie?
Dressed up nice with like a bow tie, like you know what I'm saying, looking
You're a
slick
bow
like
tie
that.
guy.
I like bow ties; they're way better. Like
You know, I thought about trying that out, but I would look way too much like Paul
Pee Wee
Rubin.
Herman. See, you can't pull it off if you look like a pedophile.
I'd have to be like,
yeah, right. It would have to spin and shit. Like,
yeah, I can't do the Paul Rubin thing. I already look too much like Pee Wee Herman
I
trying to
feel
be
it.
swagged up.
I could pull the bow tie off, man. And then at the end of the night, it looks sick when you know you've tied your own bow tie. You pull that shit and got it like hanging down, like they know you tied that shit yourself. You know how hard it is to tie a fucking bow tie, man?
Dude, it's got to be incredibly hard to do the half wins or not. Sometimes I get confused still, and I've
It's
been doing it for
almost the
years.
same thing, just on like a smaller scale. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's crazy how people come up with that stuff.
yeah, and then you look at ties, and there's like 36 different ways to tie them. I only know one way. Like,
Yeah, like if I could do the full Windsor, I would have the full Windsor has a bigger knot up by the neck, and I do the half one. It's like 3/4 of the size of the full Windsor.
Gotcha.
But also, I think you need a longer tie to be able to do certain styles of the knot.
maybe, because I know so little. I'm telling you, dude, we could even have have 6 dudes come in here and challenge them that anybody that could tie 3 different knots in a tie will win, something like
Yep, and
drinks
whoever
or
wins,
whatever.
you get a free BJ.
There you go. Not from me, from you. Definitely from you.
Damn, why for me?
Don't
turn my joke on me.
My head game's not that strong, dude. They wouldn't be impressed. That's not a prize. They know that.
They're like, ew, a ginger.
Yeah, right? They're like, they know. Like, see, they stereotype me, dude.
They walk in and they're like, is this dude AI?
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. Yeah. So I do have, different ideas on, the suit stuff. I know, you could go to, Men's Warehouse, and I think you could get, I don't know what the inflation lately, but when I was looking about a couple years ago, I was almost ready to go get my first suits.
Yeah.
And I think you used to be able to get 2 suits for $200 because you get 2 of them, so they knock down the price a lot. Usually suits could range from 200. We're talking about fancy shit could go up to thousands of dollars.
Yeah, that's the type of suit I want.
Yeah, dude, everybody wants that suit, the Italian suit, bro. Come on,
right?
That would be awesome to have.
I'm getting a
Italian
payment
suit.
plan. I'm gonna give me one of those.
I don't think you can do that kind of stuff on payment plan.
You don't have to. You just have to borrow the money from the bank.
Yeah, dude, for sure. You're right. You find a way to have a payment plan.
Start selling drugs.
Damn, you know what? I forgot to turn on the phones. I was over here telling you all to call the show, and I didn't even have the phones on.
Damn. And
What
I
is
saw
my
a logo
problem?
come up. I thought someone was Skyping, and I was like, hell yeah.
It's all right. Don't nobody even be calling anyhow. You fucking busters.
Not yet.
I know we get at least 100 views per episode, and you sons of bitches never fucking call the number 216-647-0064.
Because we're not talking about anything that's triggered them yet. You know what I'm saying? The only time you ever get calls really is people just probably bitching.
So how should I say the F word right now?
I don't know.
Aggressively or apologetically?
Both. Let's try it both ways. Just go for it. It's back to back.
I don't know if I'm ready to go for that one yet. I don't want to scare away a little bit of our viewership I'm hanging on to. I love you guys.
Sometimes you got to piss off the old viewership to get new viewership so they bitch about you and talk about you.
All right. Well, let's go apologetically.
Yes. I don't mean to do this, guys, but
how do you feel about alien faggots? Is that apologetic enough? Let's hope that I just scared away half of our viewership, because you know how fucking it's just a podcast with a couple fruit flies.
You're going viral tomorrow for that. We're gonna be stars in the wrong way.
I wonder if I could get away with that on TikTok.
I don't know. I think you get away with anything on TikTok. I seen some pretty crazy shit on TikTok.
Dude, the other night.
You made me download that shit the other day, and I just started looking at it, and everything is crazy on there. I don't think there's any limits to, any
There is none.
To
It's
my
super,
amazement,
dude,
I guess.
I have the most aggressive algorithm that it shows crazy stuff from every version of something being crazy. I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Earlier I saw this Mexican cookout, and this dude cut an avocado in half, and it was a bag of Coke instead of a seed in there.
Oh, nice.
Don't know how the fuck they managed that to have the or no, what did I say? A coconut?
An avocado.
An avocado, right? It was an avocado.
Instead of the pit, it was a bag.
How do you put that back together? I mean, it looked like a.
Maybe they just grew it around it or something. I don't know. How would you?
I don't know, dude.
Without cutting into it, I'm sure there's a way.
He definitely cuts it on the video, and people started fucking cheering and shit.
Because how they could grow seedless seedless
Watermelon.
watermelon and all that shit. I'm sure they grow seedless avocados too, and then they like just grow that shit inside of it, probably like in little things.
Seedless watermelon.
That would be my
fried
first experiment.
chicken,
Yeah, right.
Seedless grape juice.
Yeah, right. Seedless
Not
fried
grape
chicken.
juice, grape drink. Now, the seedless fruit thing is a crazy thing. You know, you've known me for a long time now.
Yeah.
And I'm like aficionado of lemons.
Okay,
It's been my favorite fruit since I was a kid.
And dude, lately, no lie, I've been all about like lemon flavoring everything or like lemon scent. I don't know why.
Dude,
like,
lemon is
I don't
so
know how
good.
you do it though. That shit's nuts to me.
Yeah, I'll just eat them. I'll peel them like an apple.
That's a
and
little
I'll eat 'em.
much, like just a little too sour for me. But like just the flavoring of lemon is so fucking good.
Dude, it's so refreshing. I was watching Scarface recently, and you remember when he goes to the first meeting with the Kingpin in Colombia, and his buddy keeps on telling Tony to shut up, and he's like, whatever, dude, like, I got this. And then they hang his buddy from the helicopter.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I found
yeah.
out he worked for the feds.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Tony like gets plugged in. When they're sitting at the table having the discussion before the dude gets hung from the helicopter, they give him wash bowls for your hands, because this used to be a popular thing. They give you a wash bowl with lemon slices in it with hot water, and like at a nice fancy like dinner or whatever, you have that to wash your hands with. That's like an old Italian thing, and
Right.
other cultures like that's popular. How to wash your hands at the table
Hell
is
yeah.
with lemon water. But Tony's sitting there and he's eating the lemon. He's just smashing lemon right there. I was like, that's my kind of guy. But lemons are made by humans.
They're not made by humans?
They are made by humans. There was not lemons before human
Oh, you're saying they
intervention.
genetically modified to make a lemon.
Yes, there is. It was a different fruit called the citron. And
Gotcha.
I've never seen it anywhere. All of the sour fruits are a family of the citron, and the citron, like, I think it's from Africa or something like that. I don't
Okay.
know. It's in like other tropical areas that naturally grow it, but it has like you know how a lemon has like maybe a 1/4 inch of a rind.
Yeah, yeah.
These things like are mostly rind.
Oh, really? Like it has like a thick skin on it?
Super thick. I mean, it's way bigger than a lemon is.
Okay.
And it's just mostly the rind, and then there's a little bit of fruit in the center of it.
So they were like, this is just too much rind. We got to get rid of this shit.
Yeah, dude, and they genetically modified
Okay.
the lemon to not have the rind and all fruit. Like maybe the size of a lemon is where the fruit was in
Yeah.
the citron, and then there's just imagine a lemon with like 2 inches of rind on it.
Yeah. History lesson in lemons.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know how we got here either, but
This is a very educational.
we
No Outlet Live,
we
dude.
actually expected to have a guest today, and we had stuff prepared for that, but now we're just winging it. So
Yeah, and you know what? Damn you, Ratchet Pete. Ratchet Pete. You're living up to the name, okay? You were supposed to be here, and you let me down. And maybe I'll get him on sooner. Other than that, I've been working on some other guests. I got a bunch in line. There's a lot going on. It's the holiday weekend. People are getting sick everywhere. I've been noticing.
because of COVID, it's a
Yeah,
new
the
strand of
new one.
COVID. Like,
But like, I don't know.
we should all be good though, because they're putting the vaccine in our food, like in the meat and in the vegetables. I even
just
saw
started-
that. Now it's the vegetables, dude. It was the meat at first. They're getting everything.
I just started when the original COVID happened, and I got out of being terrified of it. I just started doing what Joe Rogan said. He was just like, eat vitamins, dude. Like, be active and eat vitamins. Which I'm not like a super like gym going guy or nothing, but I'm active.
For sure, yeah. And as long as you get up and you're not sitting in your house eating Cheetos and shit, like if you replace every bullshit thing that you put in your mouth with something good and of nutritional value, your body will heal itself. Your body's an amazing like thing. You know what I'm saying?
It is crazy, bro. I've been thinking about also doing
They drug you up to make you to keep you buying their drugs and keeping you sick. Like
I've been reading in a lot of how healthy it is to do a 48-hour fast. And I'm really thinking about doing it. I was about to this week, but I got introduced to a barbecue spot, which is terrible to put in the same conversation. But that kept me from it. I was going to do it Friday and tonight, and then I would be able to eat again at 10. So I was thinking, like, I get off of work on Thursday, eat eat a meal at like 10 o'clock and then not eat for 2 days. And I heard the crazy, like, all I hear is health benefits of that.
Dude, fasting does, like, work wonders, like, if you do it correctly. If you're, like, starving yourself, you're not getting your calorie intake and things like that during the day, like, then you're going to be sick all the time. And that's why people get sick at first when they start keto and things. You know what I'm saying? Because you're taking away something that your body's so used to having, you know, and you're shocking your system. And that's the same thing that'll happen like that. It'll, like, reprogram you kind of.
Yeah, and, you know, I'm into that. I would like to see, like, really what happens. It also says that once you start fasting, like, regularly, like, once a week you do a 48-hour fast, they say that your body will start reaching into damaged cells, destroy them, and replace them. So right now, if you're building something that, like, who knows, you could be building, like, a cancerous anything these days. I mean, there's cancer of everything. You could have hair cancer at this point. And
right.
They say that when you do this frequently, you repair all of that cell damage.
Yeah, because your body will naturally repair itself, but if you're always clogging it up with all your bullshit and garbage, like, it's not going to be able to perform at peak, and that's why you're going to get sick, and your body's not going to be able to help you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's insane, like, how easy, like, how, like, the medical field, like makes you think that there's something wrong with you, but there's truly not.
Yeah, and they feed you all that pharmaceutical medicine that they can make billions of dollars off of and use our tax dollars to create it. We were talking about that.
I know, yeah, that's funny.
But with that being said, keep yourself healthy. You should have a good, safe weekend. And then who knows, maybe after you eat all this barbecue and hot dogs and hamburgers on the Labor Day weekend, you should maybe debate on doing a 48-hour fast along with us. Maybe I'll schedule it. We could all do it together. But with that being said, we'll be right back after a quick break.
Stay tuned. No Outlet Live. We'll be right back.
Guardian Roadside Solutions is ready to help with your roadside emergencies serving the greater Cleveland area. They have the knowledge and experience to get you back on the move quickly with staff available 24/7 to help with flat tires, tire damage, changes, fuel delivery, vehicle lockouts, dead battery, or new battery installs. If you find yourself or someone you know in this situation, call a Guardian at 440-833-6000.
Are you looking for a place to have custom t-shirts made for your business? Well, we have the place for you. Flathouse Press works with 100% eco-friendly material for all of you conscious folks. They can also put out orders in a fraction of the time large-scale competitors can. They are a fun, locally grown Cleveland original company. Go to flathousepress.com and check out the variety of party toys, headbands, and clothing in their catalog.
What's up? Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live. Are you considering or curious about how you could start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
All of our loved ones always die in December. I miss the night times that I can't remember. Venom-filled veins and stone-cold sedation. Drugs are amazing and I fucking hate it. Kick the dirt off from your heels, darling. There's hell inside of these eyes. Let's lose ourselves around the cold rings of Saturn tonight. Fade away deep down into the depths. I wanna be swept out to sea. Life can seem like an ill-conceived illusion. There's no solution for some sicknesses. My soul turns to stone and I sink into the abyss. Chasing pipe dreams has its drawbacks. And without you, the world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you.
Oh, sorry. Did we keep you waiting like the bartender when you want to close your tab? Well, welcome back to No Outlet Live.
What's up? I'm back in the building. It's your boy, J. Remy, in this piece. Your homie, your confidant. Jarrod had limited babysitting, so we're just about to go straight into the news.
No Outlet News. No Outlet News.
So let me switch over to this. All right. My first story tonight. Doctor says scientists secretly made a human Z by mixing humans with chimps. All right. So this is according to the Indy100.com. Democracy News. If you're wondering how the scientists behind the experiment managed to keep it hushed for decades, because according to the Gallup, they swiftly killed the infant when they realized the implications of what they have done. This happened back in the 70s, I believe. Here's a little YouTube.
Most people will have heard of Planet of the Apes in some form or another. But is it theoretically possible for an ape species to evolve to become more human-like? Well, the answer is possibly. In today's episode of Unusual as Usual, we're learning
Unusual
about
as Usual. You can check that out on YouTube. He covers the story of this that happened quite some time ago. Let me look for it in here. These damn news websites. Try to pack a whole lot into one little screen. 2020, a team of German and Japanese scientists spliced human genes into the brains of marmosets, resulting in the monkey fetuses having larger, more human-like brains, according to a study that was published in the Journal of Science. Now, I know I read this before and it said, Gallup, a professor at New York's University at Albany, said that his former university teacher told him that the secret birth took place at a research facility in Orange Park, where he used to work at. Human chimpanzee hybrid, which he dubbed a humanzee, was born in a Florida lab 100 years ago. Okay, so it was a really, really long time ago. I thought that had happened in the 70s or whatnot. That is crazy that they're playing with the human genome and you could put that in just other animals. Apparently this that can't be a picture of it. It still looks like a chimp. But like they were saying, maybe they give them huge brains. That's scary stuff. That's Planet of the Apes. On to other news. Tom Cruise's former co-star claims he disguised an addiction as Bible study before leaving Scientology. Now we all know that Tom Cruise, he's a genius. I mean, the dude is a fantastic actor. I can argue with people that the new Top Gun is one of the best movies that's been made since the 80s. It has a good 80s feel, but modern. And I love that. I mean, the new Top Gun was amazing. The dude's a great actor. All the Mission Impossibles are really good. But the Scientology thing is crazy. Because he divorced his wife and stopped talking to his daughter. All because of Scientology. Is what the rumor is. And it looks like the way that he used to leave it was saying he had an addiction to Bible study. I guess you gotta, I don't know, fight a new religion with old religion. Curtis wrote that Tom was serious and disciplined on set. Working with him became complicated thanks to his personal life. more specifically on his on-set affairs. Tom's Florida co-star recalled how he was flirting with their co-star Rebecca De Mornay, making things complicated. But perhaps the most intriguing revelation Curtis made was the allegation that Tom used his religion to mask what he was actually doing. This Curtis guy alleges that Tom would claim to be hosting Bible study in his room, but it looked suspicious when young women were coming and going. This guy Curtis seemingly implied that Tom was hiding his proclivity for women through his religion. Who cares? That's how he gets his. Why is this dude hating? This just stared at me at the moment. Tom's door opened and another girl came out adjusting her hair and taking it off down the hall while the first girl in line slipped into Tom's room, he explained in the memoir. This was a young man who knew something about the time management and understood how to successfully juggle Bible study and BJ's. I went to bed alone that night thinking it served me right for not being religious. This dude just sounds like he's mad he didn't figure out the church swag. Which, let me just be honest with you, I don't know. Tom Cruise could be like a Harvey Weinstein, we don't know. But it sounds like he's just living the rock star life. No one gets mad when they see The Dirt, the movie that is about Motley Crue, and that's all they did their entire famedom was there was hot chicks that wanted to bang them everywhere they went. So they took it by being rock stars. Tom Cruise gets his by Bible study and being a super actor, because he's one of the few super actors. The dude films movies in space. He's fucking Tom Cruise, okay? This dude is... Tom Cruise is the man. You meet the guy, you go and tell him, you say, I met fucking Tom Cruise. I can't believe it. I mean, I don't know. I believe I have covered a lot of stuff, or maybe I haven't on the show yet. But there's a lot of stuff about Tom Cruise that's fascinating that always comes up in the news. Maybe I could YouTube some real quick. There was a set of, I can't remember what the set of the movie was, but he was really mad when COVID happened. And the way he speaks in this phone, it was the Mission Impossible 7 crew.
We are back with Tom Cruise tearing into the Mission Impossible 7 crew over coronavirus protocol violations on set. TJ Holmes here with the details. Hey, TJ.
Hey, George. You're about to hear leaked audio here from the set of Mission Impossible 7. This is a movie that is months behind in production because of the pandemic. This is a movie that even after they got going again with production had to shut down again last month because some people tested positive. So with all that, you're about to hear now why Tom Cruise has no patience for any violation of safety protocol.
Of course not. He's fucking Tom Cruise. Whoa.
He's known for doing his...
Let me pause that real quick.
In a recording published by The Sun, the Hollywood superstar heard berating crew members for reportedly violating coronavirus safety protocols.
I don't ever want to see it again! Ever! And if you don't do it, you're fired! And I see you do it again, you're gone!
Tom...
You're fucking gone, because he's fucking Tom Cruise.
Sort of encountered two crew members standing together looking at a computer screen, obviously violating UK protocols that all crew must stand at least 2 meters apart. And apparently just became...
safety protocols.
Hold on. Now, really listen closely. I'm going to turn it up so we can all really bask in Tom fathering his crew of Mission Impossible 2, or Mission Impossible 7. He's fucking Tom Cruise, dude.
I don't ever want to see it again!
I don't ever want to see it again. That is so funny. We're going to have to clip that out and use it on the soundboard.
Ever! And if you don't do it, you're fired! And I see you do it again, you're gone!
He was talking to them like he was a daddy. Showing little clips of the movie, blah, blah, blah. Oh, here's some more.
That's it! No apologies. You can tell it to the people that are losing their homes because our industry is shut down.
With the
He ain't playing. Don't come on his movie set doing anything wrong. You better be going to Bible study. That man needed some Bible study bad that day.
The film industry nearly shuttered, schedules delayed, big budget movies being released straight to streaming. There's a lot riding on the success of a major film like Mission Impossible 7.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't punch COVID in the face or throw it out of a plane. But I think that, Tom knows what's at stake for this industry in this really vulnerable moment.
And so the film industry was completely shut down. We're talking about hundreds of thousands.
So we all remember when COVID, it really got to everybody. I mean, maybe we could chalk it up to that and say that just maybe Tom Cruise is, he was overworked. He was stressed out about the whole COVID thing like everybody else was. He was planning on putting out Top Gun, Mission Impossible 7, a lot of these wild movies that, like, the stuff he does, it's almost like Brad Pitt. That's huge, huge production value in what they do. They're doing the state-of-the-art movie sets and filming. I mean, just what these guys do is incredible, and I can understand being stressed over COVID. And I can also understand, I love Tom Cruise. I mean, he's fucking Tom Cruise. He is the Top Gun. He's Ace Maverick, dude. He's a hell of a guy. So, I don't know. If he uses Bible study as a way to get dome, who cares? And he also fought against Harvey Weinstein, even though he kind of sounds like one. Tom Cruise refused to let Harvey Weinstein ruin his friend's film. We all know the story of Harvey. Good old frumpy Harvey. All right. Let's go on to another story that I pulled for tonight's evening. Jimmy Buffett. Margaritaville. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. R.I.P. my man. I hope you're living in forever Margaritaville land. Hope you get this man was 76 and he just passed away. According to reports, Jimmy passed away peacefully on the night of September 1st, surrounded by his family and friends, music, and dogs. The statement, which was accompanied by a touching photograph of Buffett sitting on a boat, reading, "He lived his life like he sang, he lived his life like a song till the very last breath, and will be missed beyond measure by so many." Now, there's like podcasts that I watch that that really they're not fans of Jimmy Buffett, but like we're living in an era of our own version of Jimmy Buffett. The comedy one is Bert Kreischer, but yeah, this guy was like the Bert Kreischer version of Jimmy Buffett. This dude's restaurant, I mean, it's overpriced and in great areas of every city, every big city, to a Margaritaville, and it's overpriced. That's how he's able to overprice everything, is putting it in hot spots. It's overpriced. It's not that great. I will give the benefit of a doubt to YMH. They know it's good. He is survived by his wife Jane and kids Savannah, Sarah, and Cameron. He was born on Christmas Day in 1946. No wonder. He was born on Margarita Day. Pascagoula, Mississippi, raised partially in Alabama. He developed a love of musical theater as a young boy, thanks to his mom Mary, who spent all of her time at the shipyard with the Mobile Theater Guild in Alabama. She would always be in productions, and she would take me to shows when they'd come through town, he told Entertainment Weekly in 2018. So his mom really like showed him the way, and he became a huge hit sensation. I mean, he was super big in the 90s. I put on a good show for my fans. He said to people in People magazine in 1990. I put on a good show for my fans. I saw them Jimmy Buffett. I'm one of the few living legends left. He thought about himself as a legend in 1990, and he was right. I mean, the dude is right. He released more than 30 albums over his career, was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards for Hey Good Lookin', What You Got Cookin', his 2004 song with Kenny Chesney, Alan Jackson, George Strait, Clint Black, and Toby Keith, and the Alan Jackson duet, It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, which was released in 2003. Both that song and Knee Deep, which he recorded with the Zac Brown Band, were country #1 hits. The dude's got a great, he leaves behind a fortune. He's got the restaurants, they do cruises, Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville cruises, where he was performing on them. Forbes reported in 2023 that the star was a billionaire and that his assets included an estimated $570 million from touring and recording, a music catalog worth $50 million, and $140 million in airplanes, homes, and shares in Berkshire Hathaway. Smart. So he's got money with the stock guru, Warren Buffett. Are they related? Buffett married his second wife, Jane, a former model, and in 1977, the pair of parents to daughter Savannah, a radio personality, and Sarah, her son Cameron, who they adopted in the early 1990s. Sounds like he was a really good dude, and he was always about having a good time. Growing old is not for sissies, he told music.com. Yeah, so R.I.P. Jimmy Buffett, man. We salute you. Hope you're having kicking your toes in the sand in Margaritaville. All right. Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, he went on to Fox News just yesterday. Today. He went on the news today. And he's speaking about how this month the economy is going to crash. We're going to have serious implications from various things going on to small businesses. I don't know if it's laws or what. We got chips in the Science Act, he says. Where's that money going? Behemoth giant companies in the S&P 500. The Inflation Reduction Act, another $1 trillion not even printed yet. It's all going to the big guys. Now, that's great because they represent 40% of jobs in America. The S&P 500, everybody knows, is the biggest index in the world, but 60% of America's small business, that 60% of jobs come from small business. We've given nothing to them, and they're struggling because the Fed is raising rates up to 5.5% in a matter of months. Although the U.S. economy has seen some respite from record inflation, O'Leary has been warning in recent weeks that there's a crisis emerging for U.S. small businesses. O'Leary recently traveled to the Capitol Hill to talk to everybody he could about cautioning the liquidity crisis. We have a crisis emerging, he says. I'm talking about companies with 5 to 500 employees, which represent over 60% of our economy. If you're in the S&P 500, you have no trouble financing your business. You can't say that about small businesses anymore. The cost of capital has gone through the roof. Let me see if I can find some video. Oh.
All right, the White House is selling Bidenomics. They're proud of it, but Americans are not buying it, according to our latest poll. Our next guest, and you're looking at that poll now, is saying that September, which starts tomorrow, will be the start of real chaos for the U.S. economy and hurt the little guy. Let's bring in Kevin O'Leary. He's joining us now. Kevin, in what respect is this new influx of money from the president's program that passed a couple of years ago going to not help the little guy?
Well, let's think about it. We've got the Chips and Science Act. Where's that money going? Behemoth giant companies in the S&P 500. The Inflation Reduction Act, another trillion, not even printed yet, all going to the big guys. Now, that's great. They represent 40% of the jobs in America, the S&P 500. Everybody knows the S&P 500. It's the biggest index in the world. But 60% of America is small business. That's where 60% of the jobs come from. We've given nothing to them. And so they're struggling because the Fed has raised rates up to 5.5% in a matter of months.
To stop inflation, theoretically.
Right, and yet we still have full employment, under 4% unemployment. So the small guy, the business between 5 and 500 employees, he's been cut off at the regional bank level. They're not lending. The loan book's closed down. The rates that he pays for money have gone from 4 to 5% to 11 to 17. And we're not talking about them. But you're going to hear a lot of people crying about this in the next few months because they can't borrow anything anymore and they can't run their businesses.
So when we saw those regional bank failures...
And that's a crazy thing about all of this is he's right. I mean, if you eliminate small business, things are, as much as we're seeing on the bottom, me and you, my listeners and my viewership, everybody that's watching this show right now, we're all at the bottom rung of society, no matter where you're at. Unless you're completely just, some homeless guy living downtown, we're the bottom row of society. And we're experiencing crazy prices on just groceries. But what he's saying is that they're doing it, they're about to put the hammer down on the small businesses that, all of the shops that are in your local town, they are all going to struggle and probably fall out. And this is all unfolding right now prior to the election coming up. There's a lot of things, and there's more angles to what's bound to happen before the election that sound scary. I mean, I'm not a super political guy, but a lot of the issues do affect us. I mean, if the government shuts down before that, it's going to really mess up a lot of stuff all over the country. That there could be some things that happen in the next year, the next few months even, that sound like it's going to be terrible for all of us.
Last year, this is the ramifications. More regulation. And when you have more regulation, you need more liquidity to meet those demands, which means more banks say, I can't lend or I can't function.
Yeah, we have 4,100 regional banks in America. Probably in the next 3 years, we'll be down to 2,000. They're going to consolidate. During that period, people are very nervous about putting their money in the bank because if another one fails and you have your cash in there, right now you're only guaranteed for $250,000. There's an idea that came out of Senator Haggerty that said, let's just do one payroll account, guarantee that, pay no interest on it, so at least a small business during this consolidation period.
You like this?
I like that plan. I met with his staff. On him, it made sense to me. I would endorse that. The other thing I would do for small business is extend the employee retention credit. That's the deal where companies that invested in their employees during the pandemic are getting to take back a grant for that. But it's really for small business, companies with 5 to 500. It's the only active program I know of that supports small business. Meanwhile, we're going to write $2 trillion to the big guys. That in itself is inflation. But it seems unfair to me to support a behemoth company that has a lot of its employees outside of America and not my companies, small business. I've worked in small business. And I'm asking myself, what are we doing for them? The 60% of jobs in America. Let's wake up, smell the roses, realize they're under tremendous pressure, and they are our economy.
We always focus on real estate when it comes to the rates.
Yeah, I don't know. The future is grim, as they say. So Kevin O'Leary warning us of how society is looking in America at this point. This is something I was really interested in. According to the NewYorkPost.com, there's this lady, I think she's in South Carolina. She is selling rent nightly in her bed. It's called hot bedding. I make hundreds renting out one side of my bed, but hot bedding requires boundaries. So you can make money pretty quick if you're trying to rent out ladies. I don't know, maybe some dudes too. I wouldn't be able to rent out my side of the bed or a side of my bed. I can't even give it away for free.
And right now I'm going to give you a tour of my hotbed and the room which you can share with me, which is a fantastic alternative, especially if you like to think outside the box. So right behind me is the queen size bed, which you can rent half with me and enjoy my company in my house. This particular bed is very comfortable. It's good for companionship hot bedding. It's very social because I'm a social person. There's also a double bathroom and a double shower, which you can enjoy. Behind me is also a nice sitting area and also a TV and balcony to enjoy. So hot bedding is definitely a concept which is something outside the box. It's good for entrepreneurial people that like to have a friend to stay next to and they're never alone. Hot bedding. This is a new way of rental sharing in Australia right now and around the world.
In Australia, yeah. A little while ago, I said I said North Carolina. So she lives in North Carolina, Australia. Welcoming strangers into her bed every night has become a profitable practice for one sexy singleton who tucks in, and I almost said, I thought tux was a different word for a second. I had to open my eyes real wide to see that. The sexy singleton who tucks in an extra $600 a month by renting out the unoccupied side of her mattress, where her ex-boyfriend once slept for 2 years. Her hot side hustle is part of the hot bedding trend. Hot bedding is excellent for people who are able to detach emotionally and sleep next to a person in a completely respectful and not a non-strings attached manner. She's lying. I just gotta say, she's lying. She's feeling you. She's throwing it at you. Well, hot bedding is yet to achieve viral glory on social media. A popular TikTok clip, which garnered over nearly 1 million views, detailed the monetary benefits as well as the potential dangers of the fad. Yeah, that's gotta be really dangerous. I would not, I wouldn't tell any female I know to be like, hey, say, hey, you're an OnlyFans model. Why don't you also rent out one side of your bed? Like, I don't think, maybe in Australia you can get away with that, but I heard Australia's full of psychos, just like us. I will be raising the hot bedding rate to a little over $160 a week or $640 a month when he returns. Oh, who is he? The bedtime tycoon says she and her former honey have now bedded down together for money twice. Whoa. And they're gearing up to hit the sheets yet again. Oh my God, this lady is crazy. You gotta be. She looks like she's crazy. Let's just be honest here. This lady looks like she's out her damn mind. Yeah, so hot bedding, I do not recommend. You're gonna mess around and get some terrible people in your hotbed. With that being said, let me switch over to some fun videos real quick. See what we got here.
Everybody had a lot to say when Trump was in the White House. Anybody got shit to say with this fucking old ass bum in there? Fucking up our fucking country, fucking up the economy. These motherfuckers projected that we was gonna have 1 million new jobs, 200,000 new jobs. And where the fuck are they at? Probably 200,000 illegal immigrants that you motherfuckers caught up at the border got new jobs, but we don't. We hurting in America. Everybody quiet as shit. Where the fuck are the Joe Biden supporters?
Oh, my man in the hood wearing a MAGA hat. He's screaming this to people in the hood, which we all know, like, statistically, the hood really votes Democrat a lot. I mean, it's frowned upon, especially to be supporting Trump in these areas. I mean, it could be bad.
I can tell y'all why I support Trump. Tell me why y'all support this motherfucker.
Man. So this is a conversation that's being had a lot, and it is Black America. You could call the show, 216-647-0064. You could call us. Is Black America siding with Trump now? What's going to happen in this election? I mean, they're really throwing everything at him when he lost the election. I don't know why they still are battling this dude. I don't vote. So really, none of this, I'm not pandering to any side. But yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of stuff of Black America starting to side with Trump on a lot of things, man.
Can I help you?
Where that money at?
You need to get out.
What? Man, what the fuck you doing? Stop paying me. Where that money at?
I don't have any money.
Stop paying me. Where's that? Right now. Give
I
it to
don't
me.
have
right
cash.
Now.
It's a digital world, bro.
Man, give me your wallet.
I don't have it.
Give me your wallet. Right now. Give it to me. Bro, stop.
You gonna shoot me?
Give me that wallet.
Get the fuck out of here. You don't want to get shot? Come on, man.
Give me that wallet, bro.
No.
Bro, stop playing me before I hit you right here. Give me that wallet, bro.
Fuck you. I got it on my camera too.
Oh, look at you. Fucking awesome.
Now, this looks like an Uber driver. Or something like that. And this old man just had somebody jump in the passenger seat with a gun. He cocked it, he racked it and everything. And he pointed at this man and was like, give me everything you got. And the dude's like, money's digital now. What are you doing? He had a passenger in the back that he was driving. And this dude just thanked him. He was like, dude, I'm so thankful for you, dude, because he didn't back down. I mean, this is a really crazy video that I found on TikTok.
Can I help you?
Where that money at?
You need to get out.
What? Man, what the fuck you doing? Stop paying me. Where that money at?
I don't have any money.
Stop paying me. Where's that? Right now. Give
I
it to
don't
me.
have
right
cash.
Now.
It's a digital world, bro.
Man, give me your wallet.
I don't have it.
Give me your wallet. Right now. Give it to me. Bro, stop.
You gonna shoot me?
Give me that wallet.
Get the fuck out of here. You don't want to get shot? Come on,
Give
man.
me that wallet, bro.
No.
Bro, stop playing me before I hit you right here. Give me that wallet, bro.
Okay, he just pulled off. He said, thank God for you, man. The dude in the back.
I got it on my camera too.
I couldn't imagine getting this Uber. So you're fucking awesome, dude.
Not gonna lie, I'm super grateful for you right now.
Well, ex-military, fuck him.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane.
Show me his gun.
Man. So shouts out to that guy, dude. You're tough. You're one tough guy. I probably would have came up off my stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I don't get caught slipping like that. So take that however you want to take it, world.
Thank you, Secretary Buttigieg.
So this, if you listen to what Biden says and how he introduces Buttigieg, he introduces him as Secretary Booty Juice.
Thank you, Secretary Buttigieg.
Secretary Booty Juice.
Somebody help that man.
Secretary Booty Juice. We do it for you. The internet never fails. Whoa. So the neighbor's cat keeps on breaking into these people's house, and look what the dog getting him pussy, literally. That dog put the stroke on that cat. You know, Jarrod, he had to leave because of babysitting issues. But I got on the cat video he's been asking for. It was a cat video. This is for you, Jarrod. That little Pomeranian was getting it. All right. Let me go back. I think I have one more news story. We could cover this, and then I'll call it a night. Oh, and that story is no longer available. So with that being said, I appreciate all of you for tuning in. This has been No Outlet Live. Oh, no, it hasn't. Not just yet. I got to do that at least once per episode. Thank you for tuning in. It's No Outlet Live. I'll see you next week.
We'll see you next time. This has been No Outlet Live.